Matt Blaque, accused of shooting a man over a parking stall.
Hey Matt, why don't you come on in and have a seat there on that seat? Why don't you just sit on, or you can keep standing? I guess if
yeah,
that's
no,
what
they're
you want to
they're
do. I
unhandcuffing
guess
me
he's
right now, so that's
unhandcuffing you.
probably.
Well, they don't tell me all this
a little
stuff.
slippery.
I'm just here
Been
to get
using
your
lotion?
your
Lotion.
side of the story.
Very
All right,
greasy.
so
That's not actually
just
lotion.
bear with me
That's
a bit
gross.
here.
All right, it's just gonna unpart this part here just a little
Notice the suspect's demeanor shift when he
All right,
realizes
asshole.
that his cup
Here's
is actually
your,
full of
here's
water
your fucking,
and not, in fact,
tequila,
alcohol.
as he said.
bit. Oh, hey,
you
thanks,
stupid
man.
piece of
That's,
shit.
is this
I'll be
tequila?
back when
is
you're
it
done
really?
that.
Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. Shit.
Come on, man. I got
That's fucking
99
water.
suspects left to
The
go.
fuck
Stop
kinda-
giving me this
ow, my
fucking
arms.
bullshit.
My
You're
arms
being
hurt from
dramatic.
looking at water.
No,
I can't
I'm
do it.
not.
I won't confess. I was
won't
gonna do
buy
it when I
this.
came in earlier, but this
You're
is
just being
pushing
dramatic.
the fucking line too
Just
far.
knock it the fuck
My
out.
The
arms.
detective tries what's known as the sealed jar tactic, where he leaves the suspect to stew as if a sealed jar of diarrhea. Often considered a controversial tactic, the concealed jar tactic is known to cause people a lot of emotional stress.
Hey, dipshit. What's up? What are you doing in here? Oh, yeah, you left here. I'm actually Michael Shannon. A pleasure to meet you. Yeah, no, I'm the same deputy. I just shaved my head off. Boy,
You shaved your
It
head?
took so long for. I was a bit bored, and I just wanted to come back, make sure you're doing too good. Do you want to sign some of these papers or sign your confession?
Officer
Say-
Arbris, pleasure
That's
to meet
Jimmy
you.
here. Jimmy's my friend. Do you want to sign these papers and just basically get it over with and confess, and just we'll be done with it? We can go get food after. And, well, not you. You'd be stuck here, but we'd like to just go on our way. What do you think about it? Because we've been sitting here for a while now. We've been wondering, just basically, cut the shit. You did it, right?
The suspect is caught off guard by the confrontational approach of the
Wait,
officer.
what?
The officer follows up with a quick, "Will you sign this autograph?" to which the suspect agrees.
All right, now that we got that formality out of the way, have you seen 99 Homes? It's one of my best goddamn movies. Anyway, lead me through your words exactly how we got here.
Here? Like here? Where? Like, what do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean.
No, nothing. Okay. Nothing about that whole shooting there. Nothing with the whole
I got my
guys getting
coronavirus shot. Me?
Nothing.
No,
right?
no, I don't,
Nothing.
no.
All right. Well, I don't want to have to do this to you, but do you mind if I show you some footage from last weekend?
Sure, go ahead. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Instead of coming to work prepared, the detective has tried the new tactic of coming to work unprepared, looking like a sloppy mess, which takes a lot of time, pisses everyone at work off. You're a fucking asshole,
When I
Jim.
was a little
Fuck you.
boy, my mama said to me, she said, we removed the conjoined twin from you, and I just want to make this song for him. And rest in peace, homie. Big ups. I'm not going to forget that you was never in my life, but you was always there with me on the grind every day.
Hey, we apologize for that. We're just going to cue up the audio really quick.
Yo, man, this house probably empty too, right? 'Cause the other one was. Oh, shit, what? A camera? I don't like cameras, man. I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Put this on.
No, I mean, what's the point of having a mask if you're just gonna hide the cameras? Because I like to look. Watch, check this out.
Oh, shit. So you see the problem we have there, right, is that you were, you might have been the victim at first, but you weren't the victim in the end there. You're shooting wildly. I don't know how many goddamn bullets you fired. Was it 200 or 400? But that was like a fucking war. What were you thinking?
I was going home. I was just trying to get home, Like, I was just going to the store at first and coming right around the corner of homes. And it was like, basically, they were shooting at me and I had to return fire. It was the only way.
I understand what you're saying, but the problem is that you were already home.
Home? Like, at
You're
home.
already at your home, so you can't be going home. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Already at my home.
It is exactly what I mean. That's what I'm saying. You can't be going home if you're already at your home. You know what I mean by that? Do you
Lights are
understand
pretty
me?
bright, man. Pretty fucking bright. If you want me to give you good answers, you're gonna have to turn off the lights. Just saying, because I've been pretty compliant so far. I've been helping you guys with everything, but my arm hurts.
Your arm hurts. Okay. So,
At this point, the suspect realizes the officer may have more information than he initially thought, and he begins to pivot his entire strategy. Unbeknownst to him, he will not be going home today.
Yeah, it's plain and simple. Like, it's pretty bright, and it affects the way that my brain function works. I can't think that, it's starting to have a little bit of stroke figure. Yeah, like, if you don't turn it down, I might actually go into a coma on you or something like that. I could just die, pretty much. Like, if you think about it, right now, you're pretty much trying to kill me, and I'm under threat, perjury, or whatever.
you're
you
under a
call it.
threat.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think about it, basically, well, like it gets back to where we started with like the whole thing with the guy. When he broke into my house, he had a flashlight.
He
And
had
I
a
think
flashlight.
when he's got a flashlight, he's trying to
Okay.
kill me. You know, he's shining that thing in there, and it's just trying. He's trying to get the light at me, and I'm like, don't hit me with that beam.
Though in
Ah!
interrogation the suspect claimed to have extreme light sensitivity, it was proven in court that he did not in fact have any light sensitivity at
Well, and
all.
that guy, he just kept coming towards me, and I even said to him, like, stop. Several times I said, like, fucking stop. And it's like, you know how people just kind of like have zombie eyes sometimes, and they look past you and they just keep walking towards you? He was doing that. And so I was like, well, what's my next course of action? You know, I've got a hurt arm because, and so like, I was just like, well, I obviously have to do something. So I pulled out my firearm and I yelled 3 more times to him, stop. And she said, what do I have to do? Go get my man? And I was like, oh, shit, I don't want to actually have to do anything. But like, by that point, I'd already shot Santa like 3 times. But he was approaching me rapidly. Yeah, so not really my fault at that point, you know. Gifts or whatever in your hands, they could be firearms for all I know. I don't know what's in those boxes.
Okay, but he had gifts, right?
Gifts that were shaped like guns, yeah. They were definitely shaped like one looked like an AK-47 with a banana magazine, whatever you call it, and a red dot sight, and he was aiming it right for me. And but the wrapper made it look like, oh, it's just a gift, but you could tell easily it was shaped exactly like a Glock, and he had it chambered, and I was like, no, this is my chance to. So, but by that point, like you said, I'd already shot him 5 times and reloaded. So he stood up like this, and I said like, stop, and he was already like, I plastered him through the shoulder. Plus, he had his back turned, but like by that point, you know, you can't take any risks. Like, look at my arm. Dude, look at my arm. You know what I mean? Like, there's no risk to take here. I can't even use this
All right, why don't you take a nice seat here? I got a good question for you though. How many people have you shot in total?
in total. Like, I don't know, like two, one, zero, -1. Probably actually, I could restore people with my gun.
What
That
happened in
brings
the
people back to
elevator?
life. Oh, that one? No, I don't want to talk about that one. That was really bad. That was my fault. But they pressed the wrong button, and I got freaked out when the door closed. So I basically saw like this is an execution, and they looked like cartel members. But you remember the Gonzalez brothers, right? And I had beef with them after that shooting. Well, one of them looked
Prior to the elevator incident, Matt Black had gone to a basketball game wherein he threw a knife on the ground and asked one of the participants to pick up that knife. He then claimed the participant was charging him, where he then shot that participant. His claims of self-defense were refuted by the witnesses who stated they were just there to play a basketball game and hadn't brought a knife to a basketball game and simply wanted to play basketball. He'd brought a gun to a basketball game and a knife. Kielberg versus the state of Alabama states that if a person is crossing any bridge, they may use any language they deem fit, and if they feel threatened, they can use a
I'm
gun,
basically
shoot
doing
that
a
person,
community
and then use
service.
that word
I'm
also.
everywhere I go is a lot safer as a result of me.
Safer.
And like,
Uh-huh.
well, think about it.
Now, before you shot Santa, did you say anything to him like back up? Or...
It's important to note that at this point the suspect had whipped his dick out and began urinating on the interrogation room floor while maintaining extraordinarily creepy amount of eye contact.
Hey man, did you just hear the narrator fuck up his words like that? What a fucking dumbass. Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, so I was saying basically for the 12th guy, it was not that so much he was the threat as much as just like I had to neutralize
Yeah, like
the
potential.
threat. Like he would be a threat in the future.
Kind of like Santa.
John, I don't really want to talk about the Santa shooting. You know that. Don't fucking go there with that shit. You know exactly what happened there, and that guy had everything coming. AK-47 style.
Okay. AK-47 style present.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
what made you reach for your gun so that you had to go from him giving you a gift to you
Yeah,
killing
well, no,
him in front of a
okay.
little bit of kids?
Yeah.
A whole
Well,
bunch
it
of them,
was-
actually, a school
Actually,
of kids
no.
that came to see
Well,
Santa. You
can I
killed
just
in
say
front of them.
something? Can I just say
Yeah,
something?
go ahead, man.
They weren't actually. I'm pretty sure those weren't kids, and those were midgets.
All right, you're telling me they're midgets now. Okay,
I mean,
well,
well, I don't
so
know.
you're telling me there's like
It
a
could be.
building
I don't
full
have
of
an idea on them.
400 plus midgets where they basically all hang out for 600 plus hours a day learning stuff. Are they like, is it a dwarf school
Could
or
be.
is it like
I don't
a
know.
elf academy? Have you ever seen them doing spells
No.
or anything?
No, actually, I haven't. But you know, that's the thing. I haven't watched them enough to know that. But I could do that if you want me to. I could just
You
go
want to
there.
watch children?
Well, no, because they're not they're dwarves. Like you said, they're probably a dwarf kingdom.
All right, buddy. I gotta ask you something. Did you piss your pants? 'Cause it smells awfully strong in here, like urine. And I certainly didn't piss my pants. There's
Well,
only the
I
two
don't
of us
smell
here.
anything
Jimmy
at all,
doesn't count.
actually. So if you're smelling something, it could be like a stroke, symptoms of a stroke. Have you considered that? Because if you smell burnt toast, you know you're having a stroke. That's how the saying goes. And I notice your job is probably high stress. The lights are probably bothering you too. Maybe we should just turn off the lights for a bit, and it'll probably it could be like ammonia reacting to from the carpets reacting to
Pissed yourself, man. I can smell it.
You actually might be smelling the paint on the walls. There's this thing called solventism when the paint chips actually start to like that's what I've been saying about the lights. Halogen lights cause things to erode, and then it causes gases that smell a lot like urine. And it has nothing to do with what's taking place in this room.
You get nervous a lot? You do this often?
what?
You piss yourself?
Sorry, sorry. Do what?
'Cause it's not normal to do that.
I don't know what you're
especially in a
talking
serious
about.
situation.
For one, didn't piss myself.
All right, man. I'm just gonna place you in arrest here. This room smells horrible because of you, and I just can't take any more of this bullshit. I think you shouldn't have a gun, be allowed outside, and C, probably not have diapers on at all
And you're right
times.
to disagree. You have your right to disagree, but
No,
I
it's
disagree
not
with
really
your
an agreeing
disagreeing.
or disagreeing situation. It's you're guilty. We just wanted a confession because it's weird that you did this that
Have
many
you ever
times,
considered that
and
maybe those
also
midgets put
we
a
wanna
spell
know
on me
why.
and caused this themselves? Did you ever consider them as the actual guilty culprits? Why did you look at me first and not them?
There are no midgets in this scenario. I don't know what is going on in your brain.
Well, they're
man.
probably shapeshifting then. That's the
Matt,
thing where you can't follow along and just kind of see
there are
between
no
the lines of what's happening.
shapeshifters.
You're the cop,
All right, you're
man.
clinically insane. You can't hold a handgun anymore.
Okay, one, you're ignoring all the guilty parties like the
The
midgets.
Oh my god, man. What is wrong with you, you fucking retard? There are no midgets. You killed a guy in front of kids. You shot Santa Claus on fucking Santa Day.
There's no such thing as
I
Santa
mean
Day.
Christmas. Whatever.
No,
you
no,
get what
actually,
I'm saying. You're going down.
no,
you're going
you're
fucking
wrong.
down. I'm tired of
Because
this shit. You made me all hot and bothered.
If you would just let me speak for 1 second, I
There's
would.
nothing else to say, man. I got 99 homes left to go, man.
I don't
Get
even
in
get the
fucking
reference.
Truck, all right?
So when
Well,
you
for
keep
you, it
saying
means
like
getting to
99
prison 'cause
homes
you're
and
going
shit,
there.
I've never seen that
But,
movie. And
we're
don't
done
even like
here. You
Michael
can just
Shannon.
cry.
At this point, Matt Blaque was charged with inflicting a spinal injury upon a world-class parkour champion. He was sentenced and convicted to having a spinal injury inflicted upon him. He now sits in a pool of his own feces in the Alabama State Correctional Facility, unable to clean his own bum bum.